I'm doing this build as a cost-effective build that I can take places, because my main rig is a gigantic, almost server-like tower. It's very hard to move, and I've gotten into VR. My buddy's rigs cannot handle it. So if I want to go somewhere and play with VR, or show someone VR, I've got to haul my rig, which probably weighs 60 pounds, 70 pounds, and it's just too much effort. So I'm doing a more cost-effective build than my primary rig, which is also why I've chosen a few lower spec components, and I've also gotten a couple deals on a couple of these components. So here we go.
So what kind did you get anyway?
It's a Silverstone, just lost it, ML08-H, which I went for because it is a small case. My preference for cases are, I don't want to say muted, but they don't stand out as much.
Okay, almost dropped.
And as you can kind of see in the video, it's pretty much matte black across the board. I also went for the version with the handle here so that it would be easier to move around. What we've got here is a power supply pass-through for a small form factor, or for the power supply, so that it can go in a better location. Because if you look at the back, right here is your motherboard I/O shield. This is your graphics card. Here's your power pass-through. If it didn't pass it through up to here, it wouldn't fit in the form factor it's built for. We've also got two SSD mount points here. This is for an optical drive, which I don't care for. In my opinion, the optical drive is pretty much for installation only, and even that's going away. I don't know where the screw. Oh, I gotta take off both sides. That sucks. That's kind of sucky. But they've got another removable mesh filter on the backside as well. So this thing appears to be absolutely fully filtered. So, as Peanut Gallery and I just found out in the take apart, it appears that the two sides of this case are reversible. So, if when you're building it you get confused and take off the wrong side, it doesn't appear to matter.
And we'll probably test that when the rebuild, putting it back together, because...
Yeah, because I probably already forgot which one's which.
Yep. And honestly, it'd be really funny is if we think it is, and then later, it actually is not.
Luckily, even if we do screw up, it's 3 little Phillips heads on each side, so it's no big deal. Alright, so when I just pulled out the accessory box, these are 2 feet, so it'll stand vertically. I will be making great use of these.
If he doesn't break them.
If I don't break them. Your standard little hardware kit bag. The very, very important PCI 90-degree riser. And this looks like it's just a straight X16 to X16, since we obviously can't do a standard vertical graphics card. No. In this bag, we've got what looks like a filler card if you're using very filler port slot, which would be, nope, that's not what it is. That's for the optical drive. I got no idea what the other 2 parts are.
May I see?
One looks like a clamp. I'm not sure about the other one.
One's probably a support for either the modular.
Well, the little one is a support, obviously. Yeah. The big one, I'm not sure about. The last
it's a headset holder.
Oh crap! You're right. That is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. We just got. I just pulled out a straight. It's really reflecting.
That's a PCI.
This is a straight X16. It's just a straight pass-through. There's nothing to it. It's if you need Would you say about a half inch?
About, I'd say an inch.
Half inch to an inch of extra space on your graphics card for unknown reasons.
I mean, I
Weird
guess
size or
his boyfriend
something.
might be lying to him about inches, but you know.
I'm in the market for a new video guide, apparently. And then we have very large...
Rubber stoppers.
Stupid
Or
plastic
feet.
crap. Whoops.
He's breaking them already. It's okay.
I didn't break them, I just ripped them out of the mold. Or out of the flash. So you have these very large rubber feet for the base of the case. God, this thing is tiny.
That is what she said.
Yes. This is a 450 watt gold rated power supply.
That is in bubble wrap.
That is in bubble wrap.
It's a style choice.
Has a very sharp knife too. This is the power supply. It is freaking tiny. That looks like a 92 millimeter fan to me. Might be an 80. Because his girlfriend's lying to me.
Yeah, right.
This looks like an adapter plate to go from a full ATX down to the SFX power supply, which I don't think I need. That's not going to go very far.
Oh, we're just gonna start. I was gonna see where we were, but okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Sorry
if
about that.
missing anything.
We just noticed the camera ran out of time because we are both in this case because I can't read threads apparently. I assumed metal on metal would be machine threads, not, well, fine threads, not coarse. Okay.
You know.
The power switch, and if you have a reset switch, the reset switch are labeled for polarity. It doesn't matter. It's a switch. All it does is pass power or not pass power. The only reason I would care about orientation is for looks. I'm actually really glad that they decided to, come on, brain.
Label?
No, they braided all the, or they put a braided cover on all the front panel wires.
Makes it look cleaner.
Which you guys can't really see.
Oh, I can. That's pretty nice. Oh, it's, yeah.
It's about as good as we're gonna get. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get.
Okay.
This freaking USB 3 cable. It is way too heavy a gauge.
So basically, you need to zip tie that thing down a little bit.
Shit. By the way, 4-inch zip ties are freaking useless.
Yeah, I wish I had my work zip ties. They would work.
I don't even care. I don't use front panel audio.
It's audio?
Yeah.
It'll work. Or HD audio.
I never use front panel audio.
Is that it? Right at the audio?
It says AAFP.
I'm guessing it's just because it's right at the audio.
It probably does mean audio front panel. I don't care.
Yeah.
I honestly cannot remember the last time I put headphones into the front panel of any computer besides work. And even then, I rarely do it because I almost never use sound at work.
They're not as good quality either. Usually up front, from my experience. But
SSD. Nobody saw that.
you missed.
It's spring loaded. What the hell?
What?
There's a thingy. There's a thingy.
Basically, they say put it here so you can't use it.
Apparently. At least it's a screw. If you
There's
if you look right here, that is right where the plug goes. And it is right against the plug.
And it's right where they suggested.
That's not a suggestion, that's a mandate.
Oh, yeah.
But
Everything's a suggestion.
if you have the right tool. But they have a Phillips head right here. And out she comes.
Kind of curious why.
I don't know. You want to read the manual?
It's to hold the things down. Basically, to hold the parts in.
Yeah, except it is right on the freaking port.
To see it. Oh, okay. It looked like it actually was a variable plug.
No. It's got, I mean, technically you could have flipped it backwards. I'm wondering about cable management. I want the straight port.
Oh, it's got the tuck away right here.
I was trying to make it look nicer than that.
Still kind of curious what this is, actually, myself.
I guess I can put this back down so you guys can actually see what I'm doing again.
Nah. We use his bathroom rug. It's probably dangerous to sit on, but you know. Oh, you can see my face.
I'm very sorry, guys.
I think you're using the wrong side, aren't you?
It's the same port.
Yeah, but 90 degrees will be easier to.
90 degrees will bend into the case more.
Would it?
Yes.
Well, trying to help.
I know. That's why you're peanut gallery, not builder.
I mean, no, I think that's just the money part. But
I was gonna say it.
I mean,
By the way, guys, I strongly recommend if you use a fully modular power supply in a little tiny case like this, don't put the 24 in first. This is my first fully modular. I usually go with semis. The thing that makes the pretty pictures.
well, kind of pretty.
Or it's not 980 Ti.
You're right. It's not a Titan XP.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which X's there are now.
XP is the current one.
Okay.
Basically, I think nVidia got lazy.
You know, we can't be like Lino or whatever the heck his name is. Linus, that guy. We can't carry like 20 freaking Titan X's and be like, oh god, I might fall. I might drop them all.
And then it turns out that they're all old.
And they all dropped. And twice.
There's something in here which... Yeah, don't care. That's Molex to X6. something down there? Nope, just box corner.
Yeah, there's no graphics cards in this.
It's gonna be fun to clean up. Now, this case actually looks like it supports a full-size graphics card.
Hopefully.
This is a mini.
Huh?
This is a mini. This isn't my Matrix 980 Ti. Sorry about the crunching. If we don't squelch that. Why do they use rubber?
They always use rubber.
Oh, best part. Best.
The best part, wait.
If I can find an entry point. There we go. I'm seriously gonna muzzle him next time. Single pull.
He's proud of himself.
He's getting a muzzle next time. At least I am sure.
Okay, Indian.
Like I said, we don't pull our punches.
Nope. We are equally. You might need that slight extension.
Just see if you can. Oh wait, you can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a small gap there, which is why they include this. Apparently.
Apparently, it's a standard thing.
I didn't know it's standard to be short. Wait a second. I think they double layered the freaking cover.
What do you mean?
Up here, they've got the little SC logo. There you go. And they've got the EVGA GeForce GTX 1060. No, and on these things. So they put a full cover on it. Or no, sorry, they covered the glossy parts,
What?
and then they covered the entire thing again.
Okay, and I feel like that's a waste of connectors, because if they knew it was going to be too short, why not just make an extra long 90 degree?
Because my Matrix wouldn't have fit.
Oh, well.
And plus that connector probably costs about $350.
Yeah, but more connections means more interference, which means...
Meh.
There's also this right here, which I'm not going to peel for you, but...
Yeah, I know there's one on the front panel I/O.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now it's in there. What, no comment?
Nope.
Can't predict anything with this guy.
Nope.
He's doing it just to fuck with me.
Only a little bit. I'm surprised you haven't bent that yet.
So am I, to be perfectly honest. I've used this thing for just about every job you should never use a screwdriver for. And every job you should. And also things you should be using a much larger screwdriver for.
Or the right format screwdriver for.
Oh, screw that. Who does that? That's noob shit. Get good. Okay, so we have CPU, heatsink, RAM, motherboard, power supply, SSD, GPU. All the boxes have been torn asunder. I think that's the build video.
Hey Cortana, pause. Should be good. Alright, we're back.
Let's verify since we lost our feed.
Oh yeah, that's true. Alright, we should be good. Alright, we're good. All right,
Okay.
Let's see.
What you guys missed is obviously we changed our setup so we could see the monitor. We have the computer plugged into the monitor. I'm currently straddling the power cord. And
Hey.
yes, and we also had to take a second to find the power button, which I would show you, but our cables are a little stretched. It is underneath the sliding front cover. So let's pray we don't light the kitchen on fire. Fire in the hole. Okay, I have blue lights. Go screw yourself. I have spinning fans. I have no video output.
Yet.
There we go, now I have video output. Yay, we have Asus.
Zeus.
Now, it should go into BIOS by default. 16 gigs of RAM, showing a SATA 500 gig SSD. Going to
Really
setup.
weird if it had a HHD or HDD.
I actually was hoping it had room for that because I have a few spares.
There's room. Right there.
I'm not sticking in a 3.5-inch drive on top of my CPU fan. Alright, so we've got our 2 RAM sticks.
There's space right here.
Oh yeah, I guess I could do that. So, wow, that is really low.
It's got a graphic with a fan. That's cool.
They've had that for a while.
Yeah, but it's still cool.
So we can see here we have my 500 gig SSD. Now 26 to 2400 RAM. CPU is at 3000 megahertz. It is a 7400, and it has the right BIOS. Damn.
Yeah, right. Typically, a problem you can have with the H110s, I guess, is
well, with
BIOS.
the first generation of a processor family, in this case it would be Skylake for the current generation, those motherboards would need a BIOS update in order to support the later generation, in this case Kaby Lake. I wasn't sure if this, I knew this motherboard would support Kaby Lake, but I wasn't sure if it came with the right BIOS to support Kaby Lake, which unfortunately it does.
I know, we wanted to do more.
I actually was kind of hoping it would fail. It does not appear to have a high performance mode.
The one motherboard that you can't overclock with.
Oh. Contrary mode fair. Hey look, AI tweaker.
I'd love if it was all blocked off and said no.
Meh. That just means give me an extra minute.
Oh, yeah, well, you know.
Okay.
This is not a K for everyone to know.
Oh yeah, it is a locked 7400. And I forgot that isn't how you go back a page.
He's also using a, like, what, $5 keyboard?
It's a $30 wireless Chinese keyboard. I bought it for a HCP, or a, not HCPC.
I literally think I could break it in half.
It wouldn't take much.
No, I know, but I mean, I could do, like, this right here, I could break it in half.
Yeah.
Just doing like that right there.
So, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, like it, and subscribe to see more. If you have any suggestions on how to make them better, please leave them in the comments. I will respond as quickly as possible.